Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to my Go Live today. I know it's at a strange time. I'm just rushing today. I had to go to the doctor after work and ended up having to go to the lab and wait for an hour at the lab to get some blood work done and an ECG and all kinds of fun stuff. So, just got home. So it's after 6 o'clock tonight. So it's just kind of crazy. Welcome everybody to my community where I create a healthier you and I help like-minded entrepreneurs come to gain education and skills in social media, attraction marketing, and doing it the modern way without spamming your family and friends. And so you say, what does that mean, Heather? Well, I provide the attraction marketing skills and training in social media, how to do live video, pardon me, like this tonight, and posting with intention. And so this is me, Heather Edmondson, right there. So welcome. If this is their very first time here, there is a link up above. It says StreamYard. As you can see over here, right above my finger there, it says StreamYard. This is a third-party software here that I am using. And if you want to participate and join in the conversation, you just have to give it access to your profile. And then you will pop up on the screen. And just kind of like that little tickle cape there, it comes poof, pops up on the screen. And we are going to share some tips and strategies with you tonight that maybe we should all be aware of. Maybe we should rethink again and touch base on some of those. So, what I am going to discuss today is I wish he wouldn't act that way. And what do you think I mean by that? Give me some ideas down below, and we'll get right into it. So I'm taking some of these tips and strategies from my mentor in a discussion that she had with us yesterday. And we all can't predict what is going on in somebody else's head. So if we just assume that your spouse or your partner or your kids assume that you understand what's going on in their head, or your coworkers, but if you don't talk to them about it, nobody knows and nobody understands what you're getting at, what you're trying to talk to them about. So were you taught as a child growing up? Were you taught respect and manners and ethics and those type of things? Let me know also down below. And I'd like to know where it is that you guys are coming in from. Give me an idea where it is that you guys are coming in from. If you're coming in on the replay, do let me know where it is that you're coming in from as well, because I do appreciate to find out the far reaches of the internet and find out where this little video might end up. Do you like my little virtual background? A little bit of snow. It looks like it's coming down. We're supposed to get some snow tonight here. Coming at you live here from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada, Western Canada. And like I said, it's just after 6 o'clock, almost to 7 o'clock p.m. Our time. Like I said, if you don't discuss things and you don't open up the lines of communication, how are people to know what is actually going on in your head? So out of respect for people, call them by their first name, especially if you are messaging them in Messenger, if you are replying to like a message or a text, or you're maybe even cold messaging somebody. You know their name, their name is sitting right there when you want to discuss something with them. So make sure that you are calling them by their name. That's just a respect thing. I know that we weren't allowed growing up to speak to somebody that was older than us without calling them Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. Whatever, out of manner of respect. So it's the same kind of thing moving forward in life, and having respect for your other people that you're talking to. Do you like to be called by your first name? Do you like to be called by your last name? Let people know how you want to be addressed. And like I said, open up the lines of communication. We are losing the art of communication because of all of our technology, all of our wonderful technology that we have here going on. And it's a very sad reality that is happening, especially now with all this, like I said, all the social media. Our younger generation, our kids or our grandkids, on the teenagers out there, are losing that art of communication because they're doing everything over their phone or over their laptop. And we have some company here. Hello, Judy and Bob. It's morning there for you. One then froze up there for a second, and she said it's afternoon. She doesn't know what time of the day it is. Sorry, Judy, you don't know what time of the day it is. Are you on some good medication today or what? So anyway, like I was saying, we're losing the art of communication because we just assume, and we assume too much. We assume people know what's going on in our head, and we assume that they should know why we're sad or unhappy or frustrated or mad My daughter just sent a little video of our little 18-month-old grandson, and she's teaching him how to um, react to the expressions of happy, sad, mad, angry, frustrated, concerned, and so it's quite cute to show that he is learning all these different expressions. And so if you're just assuming that somebody's going to know what's going on in your head, and you are maybe showing some sadness or something, they don't really know what it is that you are having difficulty with. And with everybody's lives being so chaotic and so busy, they might even skip over you and not even address you or talk to you. And so that's why I said we need to start addressing people more by name. We need to discuss our feelings, whether good, bad, ugly, sad, happy, whatever they are. So thank you, Judy and Bob. They're saying I look lovely. Little bit of Valentine's Day. I didn't have a chance to wear this for Valentine's Day because it was a weekend. So a little bit of Valentine's Day today. But like I said, the more respect that we can show other people, everybody around us, the more we can have a kind ear to listen to maybe their thoughts or their feelings. Maybe they're going through a bad time. If you can be that person with that kind ear to listen to them and not be judgmental of them. We all are struggling right now, especially with everybody still being isolated very much. It's everybody's craving for that human connection. So even the human connection, whereas being on the computer would be a human connection of some kind. To laugh with somebody, to have a little cup of tea. I'm having a cup of tea here to warm up because it's a little bit chilly out. Is a wonderful thing. And if you can share a cup of tea or even have a visit with somebody virtually is better than nothing. Yeah. Judy's asking me how I'm feeling. My blood pressure is really high, so that's why I was at the doctor this afternoon. So hazards of being in an active reality of being a nurse and running around and stuff. So I'm trying to get that sorted out. So like I said, we need to be respectful of each other. We need to be polite and be a human being. And like I said, address each other by name and say hello and say, how are you doing? And actually really mean it, not just say, hello, how are you doing? And then just keep going and walk on by them and not listen for a response. I know our natural response is just to say, oh, I'm good or whatever. But are you really being truthful with those people that you're talking to? Or phone up a friend or dial up a friend on social media and talk to them that way. And like I said, express your feelings. The worst thing you can do is text somebody when you're angry or send a message or react to something. Like there's so much stuff you're scrolling through in whatever social media platform you're looking at and get caught up in all the frustration of all the things that are going on. Political things are a really big one that will grab people's attention and get them caught up in a downward spiral or something that's happening about the lockdowns that are going on right now, and should they be opening things and should they be keeping things closed, and there's a whole political game there. You know what, people, don't get caught up in all that, because it just talking about it makes my blood pressure go up. We need to think about more peaceful things and happy things. And like I said, my little grandson trying to learn happy and sad and grumpy, and he'd go like this, grumpy, and it was so cute. Anyway, I digress. Talking to people and treating them more like a human being is where it's at. So also be careful what you do share with somebody. Make sure that that person that you are maybe sharing some of your stuff with or passing on some of your feelings or thoughts, that they are a true friend and they're not going to use that information as ammunition against you at some point, or be a gossip and spread that private, very personal information that you have passed on to them. Share it and pass it on to somebody that maybe doesn't deserve to know what was going on in your life or in your circumstances. Ask permission before you put up a post or a picture that involves maybe anybody around you, a family member or a friend, or if you're at a social function where there's other people there. Not that we can really be at social functions here in Canada, but if you're out in public and you maybe have in the background, you've maybe captured somebody's child or somebody maybe in a compromised position, and you right away splash that up on whatever social media platform that you want, and that you can destroy relationships, you can destroy friendships, you can destroy, have you ever seen those videos where they take a video of somebody that has just had their wisdom teeth out and they're all drugged up, and they're like, some of them are quite funny, but some of them are quite humiliating for that person. If that teenager was to look at that after and see how goofy they were and acting and falling over and maybe saying, I love you, mom, or whatever it was, and over and over and over again. Would you want, I'm glad that I was at the age that a whole bunch of that stuff that I did that was goofy and silly wasn't captured on film or on video or on your phone like we do now, because some of those stuff, they're private. Some of those things aren't to be shared and passed along to everybody and their dog and everybody under the sun, because like I said, that's a private personal moment. And like we don't all have the things that we want passed along to everybody. So they some of those things deserve to be private. Another thing that we need to be mindful of is if you are on some different social platforms, is learn the etiquette about each platform. There's different ways to behave on each different platform that is out there. So educate yourself and learn all the tips of how to introduce yourself into a platform, how to introduce yourself into a group. Have any of you guys heard of the new platform called Clubhouse? It's not a video format. It's only conversations. You can't actually see anybody's faces. You can just see their little profile picture that they want to put up, and it doesn't have a lot of the drama brought in there about all these social media things. It doesn't spread a bunch of fake news. Be careful of what you do spread on social. Make sure you do your fact checking, like they used to say before they could put anything in the newspaper way back in the day. They had to have the facts straight before they could print that newspaper, to make sure that they were providing the proper information out there. So there are many good points about social media, and there are many bad points about social media. I know a lot of people that have teenagers or younger kids, I think even younger than teenagers nowadays, are getting devices that they can communicate on, whether it be an iPad or a phone. And a lot of parents are struggling with that, because then it's taking that child away from the family time. It's taking them away. I know as a teenager, we all want to establish our independence and move away from our parents. And like I said, we are losing some of those social skills by some of the things and some of the behaviors that are being shown to these teenagers on the social platforms that they're on. So just remember to instill into your children and to your friends and family around you that there is some etiquette that needs to be followed. You can't just right away demand something from somebody when you haven't talked to them maybe in years. Maybe just say hi. Maybe just say hello, how are you doing, before you get into a huge conversation. Maybe if you're texting your parent or your mother or your father, and as a teenager, maybe, like I said, check in and make sure you're being respectful there of your wording there, to say, well, I need to be driven here. Well, maybe if you said it more politely, like, can I please have a ride to XYZ, right? We just have to be a little bit more mindful. And I know as a teenager, it's got to be hard growing up in the time that we're in right now. I can't imagine all the problems that they must have trying to just grow up and become an adult, as compared to the things that maybe we had in our lives trying to grow up. So learn to communicate with your family and friends and your coworkers so that they know what's going on in your head. Nobody can read what's going on in your mind. Nobody can predict. And it doesn't cost anything to provide a smile to somebody. Even when we have masks on, people can read through your eyes that you're smiling. So please be mindful and give somebody that smile, even if it's just with your eyes. So now, it doesn't cost anything to be polite. It doesn't cost anything to have proper manners and respect. That was the way we were raised. So hopefully you gained some value, and hopefully you understand that I love you all. Thank you, Bob and Judy, for being on here tonight. I hope that you guys are doing well with all your treatments and stuff that you are going through. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time of the day it is for you. And thanks everybody else for being here. Let me know where it is you're coming in from, and I'll give you a shout out after the fact. And we will check you all here again on Thursday. Bye-bye for now.